So, Ms. Ackerman, let's get your picture up there. There she is. Welcome back to Autism Live. We've missed you, love.
I've missed you, and I always just so appreciate, like, I reach out to you and you go, yeah, let's do this. Let's get back together.
Absolutely. I don't think you realize how much I love you and how much you could do that every day of the week, and I would go yes. But I'm always aware of how much like you have going on and how many things you have going on, and I always feel like it's like reaching out to the queen when I reach out to you.
Oh
And
God,
I'm
you're
like,
killing me.
I don't want to bug you ever, but you have a place here whenever you want. So just know that. I say that to you, but I don't think you believe me. But it's true. Girl, you've done some amazing work, and you continue to do amazing work. And TACA has been, I said this earlier, been a guiding force for us, been so important to our story and so important to so many stories. So where do you want to start? Do you want to start with a conference? Should we tell people where to go first of all to get the tickets? They really need to get them right now.
Yeah, we're doing $49 between now and September 17th, and for our California families, regional centers vendoring. So if you are a regional center consumer, you can get a ticket through them. You just need to reach out to your caseworker. But we also have scholarships, and we're going to do a giveaway.
Yes,
so you just go to TACAnow, TACANOW.org. The front page has a big banner. You click on it and look at the schedule and see about registration. I also wanted to share, we have a cute new shirt in honor of our 20th anniversary. And so that's in there, and I just love all of these are my words that I repeat over and over and over again, my little mantra. So I'm excited. Hope, community, tough, we achieve, action, learn, support. So you can throw a shirt in the cart if you feel so inclined. And
Shannon, ridiculously inexpensive too. I saw.
What size do you wear? I want to mail you one.
Oh, you're so sweet. I'm always whatever you have that's X large.
Okay.
I've lost some weight, but I'm still in the extra large category. And they're cute t-shirts, and they're not very expensive. What's the price point on them?
They're just $17, but that's $17. We have an underwriter, and so it's helping us, raise money, but also get out a hopeful message, something hopeful and helpful, hopefully to families.
But I remember seeing the shirt and going, oh, that's cute, and going, oh my gosh, it's only $17, because you guys, you can't get a t-shirt anymore for $17 that has anything written on it. It just doesn't happen. So that, and to be so beautiful. And let me also tell you, you wear that shirt anywhere, and talk about calling your tribe to you. You wear that shirt someplace and people will come up to you and have, I don't know in COVID, but always before you get an instant hug. So there you go. So wonderful. And Traven just showed it for a second. That was on the website. Easy enough to order. And let's just say this, because I said at the beginning that you were so generous. We have 25 tickets that you are giving us to give for a giveaway. So here's the 411 on that.
Yes.
What we would like for you to do is to share this show. Now you can share either the live show right now to your Facebook, or share it, the code to YouTube. Or once this is done, the live interview is done, we'll have this recorded and we'll have just Lisa's interview, part of it, without the jargon of the day. You can share that, whatever you'd like to do. So we want you to share it somewhere on social media so that other people hear about it. And then once you have done that, all you need to do is you're going to drop us a line at autism-live@gmail.com. autism-live@gmail.com. And you will tell us where you shared it. And from all of the entries that have shared it someplace, we will pick 25 of the winners. The nice thing is we'll already have your email, so we'll be able to give that to Lisa so that she can hook you up with your tickets, which will be fun, because we've done this a couple of times where then we have to chase people down on Facebook and get their email, and it's, mashugana. So we're going to do it this way. So again, you got to share the show. This is all about letting everybody know the info, right? So either share the whole show or wait and share just Lisa's portion of the show somewhere.
Sorry.
Drink, woman, hydrate.
I'm drinking.
then you have to write to us at autism-live@gmail.com. autism-live@gmail.com. Tell us where you shared it. That we will do a whole thing, and we will be doing the draw live on the show on Thursday. I don't know if we'll be allowed to say people's names, but you'll see me do it. I don't know. I don't know if we're allowed. I'm going to say that we're going to say people's names on the show on Thursday. So you can tune in, and then we will shuttle all of the winners off to Lisa. So you've only got 48 hours, folks, to do this and get this done, because Lisa needs to know who's getting these free tickets. Does that work for you, Lisa?
Yeah, it works great. Sorry to cough on you. I just found the mute button. Doy.
Oh, no, it's okay. I do it all the time. And would you like for them, when they share it on social media, do you want them to hashtag you? That would probably be good, right?
Yeah, just hashtag TACA conference, TACA conference. And we'll just, I mean, really, it's about tagging people so they know there's hope and help out there. And even with COVID, we can get together virtually and really make a difference in kids with autism.
So let's talk about what you're going to get at this conference, because Lisa, I looked at the schedule and honestly, wig blown. It's always that way when you do a conference. You don't kid around. It's not like you're going to see one speaker and then there's a break and you see another speaker. Lisa puts so much in that you want to clone yourself and split into 3 people.
Well, the cool part is no cloning required this year. We are going to broadcast it live October 15th through 17th. And thank you for sharing the page. And what's cool about it is there are over 50 presentations that are going to be live in 3 tracks. And we have an application that's similar to the one you see here with Autism Live, where we are going to allow you to interact with speakers. So it's not just a Zoom thing. And then it can be accessible on your phone, on your tablet, or any PC, mobile device, whatever. But what's cool is we have tracks set up. And this is what I think is really neat. The topics we've grouped for people who are new to the conference and don't know where to start. We have a newly diagnosed grouping, a teen and adults grouping, a gastrointestinal grouping, because what do we always say? It's always about poop. A speech grouping, an immune inflammation grouping, educational, therapies, behavior, inspiration, research, nutrition, and advanced medical. So you could literally create a schedule very quickly and it will tell you when things are coming up. And you can delete and add and all that fun stuff. But the thing that makes this super important to me is that the cloning we talked about, that's no longer needed.
Yeah.
Is that you can set up, watch the ones that you really want to interact with those speakers live, but you'll have access to all the recordings till after Christmas. And what's really important is that we're going to add closed captioning and Spanish translation to all the presentations. It takes about 2 days to process, and then that's available. So it's really cool. So my hearing impaired friends, I got you. My Spanish speaking friends, we got you. And I'm just thrilled to be able to offer that this year.
That's amazing. So I want to direct everybody, if you go to the website right now, TACANOW, so that's TACAnow.org, there's a button where you can click on conferences. And then when you go there, you can look at the schedule. I'm always frustrated, honestly, Lisa, when you see the conference and you can never find, well, where's the schedule? Like nobody does the schedule ahead of time. You usually get the schedule 2 days before. You are crazy on it and organized, you and all of your team.
It's a team.
It must be. It's no one person can do this. So you can already go in today and see what the full schedule is for Friday, October 15th. And what the full schedule is for Saturday, October 16th, and Sunday. I love that you made it a lighter day, because by that point, I think everybody gets to critical mass, right? But then if you look at the schedule, you'll see that I love your names of, you've got the Hope Room, the Believe Room, and the Achieve Room.
Yeah.
And it's kind of super fun to go through and just play and go, okay, at 9 o'clock on Friday, which room do I think I would most want to be in? And you get into that thing where you want to clone, but you remember you're going to be able to see the other ones recorded, as Lisa said. But so you pick the one that you want to go live and interactive with. But my goodness, I mean, this is crazy business here. If I could the show and just list all of the things on here that I'm like, holy moly, Lisa.
Yeah, and I one night I couldn't go to sleep, and I calculated I went to almost 80 conferences, I think 78. And what's so important is continuing to be dedicated as a learner. I always learn something new, and I wanted to pull out a couple of tracks that I'm really excited
Do it.
about. We have Max Park, who is now, I think, #1 or #2 in the world for the Rubik's Cube. And he's a TACA kid who's all grown up now, traveling the world, and sharing his story on how he just took something he got really excited about as a kid and is now a documentary on Netflix. It's really great. Then we have Ann Wilkinson, A Journey to Create Independent Housing. And it's a roadmap on how a parent and a community can create independent adult housing. And then we have, the stuff that what a geek I am. I mean, Shannon, come on now. Terry Walls, she is the neuro and inflammation expert, and every root of every condition that's a chronic health issue starts with inflammation. Terry Walls is a rock star in my world, and I'm just like, I'm so grateful she's not in front of me, because I'd probably awkwardly tackle her and hug her, because she's just super brilliant. And then we have Dr. Kriegsman on the GI, Dr. Rosignol, and just Dr. Bach with his new book. But there are 20 behavioral sessions, 21 for the newly diagnosed. And I mean, that's just a handful of the things that I'm geeked about, that will be there to help people.
Yeah, and I think, one of the things about a TACA conference is you can look at this roadmap of all the things that you'd like to do, and you pick what you'd like to do, and then somebody will say something and you will learn something that often sends you down another path, that sends you, and you go, I didn't even know about that. I would imagine that there are some people who would look at this, and I know some of you, for instance, I'm looking at Friday and I see the pandas and autoimmune one, and I know some of you are like, you just want to know more about pandas, which is great. But then I bet you anything that over the 3 days that you find another conference, another topic on there, you go, I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, and it will give you an opportunity to learn. Yeah.
Often that's the one that you need to be in the most, the thing that you didn't know anything about. It's really great. You should be so proud of yourself, and your team should be proud of them too, because it's really great. The thing that's heartbreaking about, I love that you're being virtual means that people can watch from home, because like there were years when I getting to the conference was always so overwhelming to me. So I love the fact that it's going to be virtual and that people are going to get to go. The part that I'm like, is that my favorite part was always the vendor fair.
Yeah. So how we tackle that, we're still doing that. And what's really cool is that it's a great application that we've invested in, similar to what you see here, that you have the interaction and you can really integrate. But what we do is we set up the vendors, and you can go and walk their booths, literally walk and introduce yourself and get more information. And if they have a show special, you can participate in that. The other thing I know is important is mentoring. Our mentor table will also be live. And we have separate rooms by topic where you can go talk to a knowledgeable expert. And what I think is so important is that sometimes you don't know what sessions to go see. And it doesn't matter if you've been around 20 years or, 2 months. What they can do at the mentor table, Shannon, is set up your schedule for you and help guide you, like, hey, this is where you should really spend your time with the live sessions, and here's the secondary sessions you can watch, but really based upon your child's unique needs. And again, I have a 24-year-old and a 38-year-old. I'm still going to call them my kids. Okay.
Right.
They're always going to be my kids. So for the adults, they're still, I just call them kids. Sorry. I'm old. You know that.
No,
I can't help it. I can't help it.
Absolutely. I think we all do.
Yeah, but anyways, that interactive piece is so important, and we even have coffee talk. And the coffee talk tables, there's going to be over 40 tables by topic that you can sit down and literally ask a question with the world's experts on Sunday. And I'm just so, even though we can't gather physically, I think we've brought all the best components. And it's not, I can't say it enough, it's not just a sit and Zoom thing. You will be interacting, you will be asking questions, there will be people there to help you. And we're going to do the best we can with what we have. And I'm really excited about the tools and the team, what they've put together. Believe me, it's them, not me.
Well, you can say that, but when there's good leadership, Lisa, it shows, right?
You
So
know?
you're just gonna have to take that compliment, girl. Uh, sorry, just suck it up. Take the compliment. But anyway, and I don't usually say suck it up because usually I believe no, but this one you have to suck up. But please go to tacanow.org. Click on the look around first of all. If you've never been there before, oh, happy birthday. Because I said before, you weren't here yet, but I said we try really hard to be a resource for people to find things. We're never going to get close to what you guys do. Your website is the place that I send people to when they need information. You have the best website for autism information in the World Wide Web. There, I've said it. You can put it on a t-shirt if you need to.
Next t-shirt.
There we go. So and kudos to you, and you guys have worked very hard to do that. It's true though, but don't get too far down the rabbit hole looking at the website today. What we want you to do is go and look at the conference and see all the things that you could do. But I want to revisit that this is super duper affordable, that if you register right now, you can register for $49 for the whole conference, and that lets you look at the recordings for how long, Lisa?
Till after Christmas.
There we go. So you got time to look at all the recordings and attend the live events and get all that help and mentorship and honestly, I love going to the vendor booths and seeing all the things that are available. You learn all kinds of things there too, and you're going to be able to do that virtually, all for $49. That's not one day. A lot of conference and they're like, oh, it's $69 for one portion of it, right? $49 is the whole thing, you guys. And then but you can only do that for the next 2 days. But listen, I understand for some of you, $49 is it's going to take money away from something else. If you are in Southern California, talk to your regional center. They will scholarship you or pay for it. It's not scholarship. Right. They'll pay for it. If you aren't Southern California, Lisa, I understand that you may still have some scholarships available.
We do. We have a really generous donor. Our goal has always been from the beginning, if you don't have the financial means, we'll find a way for you to participate as much as we can in everything we can. So the conference has a generous anonymous donor that's going to scholarship so many people. So there doesn't have to be a no. It's on the same page. It tells you how to access and apply for a scholarship. And I just would encourage, don't let that be a barrier to entry, and don't feel bad about asking for help.
I am a former scholarship recipient from TACA. So please know that you can, you can feel all the feelings that you feel about it, but don't let that stop you. Don't let that get in the way of your kiddo. And I, there was a time and a place and I needed the scholarship, and TACA showed up in spades for me. So know that. But also today, Lisa has come with 25 tickets that we're doing a giveaway. So there's this other way too. What we want you to do is just share the show. Share this show either that you're watching right now. If you're watching live, you can share it on your social media, or when we put out the podcast, share any of the iterations of this show, this particular episode. Once you do that, drop us a line at autism-live@gmail. Tell us where you shared it. Make sure that when you share it, you tag TACA conference, right? And send us the email. You've only got 48 hours to do it, because on Thursday we are going to at random pick, and we will do that at the end of the show on Thursday, and then we will send those names to Lisa, and 25 people will get a free ticket. So you should do that, and you should do that as quickly as possible. So there's no excuses for not having entree into this. And even if you were, I know a lot of people say, I'm so busy. I just want to challenge you. If you're so busy, get one of the free tickets and go to one thing. I dare you.
Right. Or try
Because you know
5.
what happened.
Yeah. And there's a question from Parker, and hey, Parker, any self-advocate is welcomed. Yes, most of the families we serve are families, parents, caregivers. But we have an adult and teen track, but also medical tracks that may be helpful. So it doesn't matter if you're a person living with autism or loving and supporting someone with autism, there's going to be something for you. So Parker, welcome. We'd love to see you there.
Oh, Parker, I think you will just love so many of the talks that are there. We're also saying hello to Ava, who's excited, and Infinity, who's new to first time. She tuned in to see you, Lisa. But Infinity, I'm glad you're here. And we're saying hi to Koiter and to someone, AS9 Mutash. We're saying hello to you as well. So hello to all of you. And any of you can be writing in right now if you have a question for Lisa or a comment. We're loving taking your comments. But that brings us to an interesting point here, because Parker brought up if you're a self-advocate, and these are wonderful, cherished adults in the autism community. And I know that TACA has some new initiatives for adults. Talk to us a little bit about that, Lisa.
Yeah, the one thing we know is the stats are staggering. 50,000 individuals are aging out of care and services every year here in the United States. And the CDC data, where they collect the 1 in 54, they say it's about 5%, no more than 5% of those individuals have what was defined as Asperger's. So at the far end of the spectrum, being able to advocate. So I love Parker being able to advocate for himself. That's amazing. So we know in the 20 plus years of doing TACA, we're really, really good at the 1 to 22-year-olds. We know what to do. We know how to navigate you. We know where things are to help maximize your journey. Adults is a bit of a mystery. It's almost, I had one parent come to me and say, it was harder when my kid turned 18 than when they were first diagnosed. And this was a kid that had more needs, more requirements for support. The parent explained to me they went to a 3-day conference on adult services and left confused, not empowered. So our desire is to talkify, sorry to use me in a different way, but to talkify the adult experience. So whether it's, I need a support group for myself. If I was an adult on the spectrum, I need a support group and I want to find community, or I want to understand self-determination and self-advocacy, or anything along the lines of vocational, college, or secondary school, and how to access that using support services. So everything in between, whether it's housing and what have you, we really want to create a roadmap, another blueprint for the adult experience. We've done a great job. We have a lot of stuff already on our website, and we all have conference materials, webinars, meetings, and support information already available, but we want to help make that navigation easier. And right now, I got to tell you, I am looking at all the stuff available for adults by state, and my head is just, I can't fathom what it's like for a new family. And I do this 60 hours a week, 21 years, like I said, almost 80 conferences. And I'm still learning, and adult services is still being, self-determination was created as a trial and error process in 1999, and they just released it July 1st. That should tell you how complicated it is. So I can talk for hours, but it's very important for us to make that process easier, not just for the adult living with autism, but their family and their support network so they can have the best possible outcome with the number one goal. What do I always say? Where's my card? Where's my card? Independence. That's what we want. We want independent, happy, healthy, living their dream individuals. And I can't say enough how important this is to me and my team.
Well, and I love that because whenever you get on something and talkify it, it's good for all of us. So thank you for doing that. And I see a real shift right now. And it might just be because I have an 18-year-old and it was there before and I didn't see it before, but I'm seeing more and more parents who are coming around to this concept of when my son was little, all I kept hearing was people say, well, I'm expecting my child to live with me forever. And whenever you would say to somebody, well, what happens when you're not here anymore? We would all say, oh no, I'm planning on being immortal. Like if vampires were a real thing, I think that autism moms would line up and go bite me so that I can be here forever. You know, that's what the plan is. That's what my plan on paper is to find the vampire and live forever. And yet I think a lot of people are coming around to the concept of whether I'm planning on living forever or not, my child staying at home with me is not what's best for them. And that
Yeah.
has been a real awakening for a lot of people. But then you're in the space of what I hear parents say almost on a daily basis, Lisa, is okay, well, now what then? How do I find
Yeah.
this? They see people who have it, and I know people who have it where their adult child is in a living situation that is perfect for them and is allowing them to thrive, and they are still in their child's life, and they have a relationship that is really blossoming and is good for both of them. But like I think everybody needs the roadmap of how to find that. So I'm so glad you're going to talkify that. Get on
So,
that.
but you said bite me, and that just made me giggle. Sorry, it's a very serious topic, but the bite me got me.
Yes, bite me,
Um,
please.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah. But I'm
yeah,
telling you that that's the biggest fear we all have as parents,
yeah.
And again, I gotta say, my biggest inspiration is my son, moderate to severe, nonverbal, 19 of the 22 symptoms, and just completely impacted with major medical issues. Impacted keyword because it was GI issues almost all the way in.
Mm,
He's a miracle. He's a senior at his first choice college and gonna do great. But I need to worry about his friends, all of his friends that are on the spectrum that we just haven't found the right thing or the right tool or the right treatment yet for them to
yeah,
help them not be in pain, overcome a health issue, be able to communicate, all of those things. I just have a dream. The dream I have is independence, and let's see their gifts. Let's see all the great stuff they can do.
I love it.
And for us, it's really our driver. It's our driver. We know it's like, hey, how did JFK get to the moon? He wanted us to get to the moon. There was a moon race, and he knew how important that was. And I feel like this is our race to the moon,
I
and
love
we're
it.
going to reach for the stars. We have
Absolutely.
to. We have to, because every parent who's worried about their kid, I feel you. And I don't want you to worry. I want you to take action, do everything you can, and move things forward. And I think if I can go on for one more second,
Yeah.
my daughter was my biggest motivator. And the reason why is I love her, and I didn't want her to feel she had to take care of her baby brother for the rest of her life. So my job, my number one job, was for Jeff to be the best he could be so they could have that great relationship of being siblings. So
Amazing.
not only was I motivated by my kid, who's just the best thing on the planet, best thing, super fun, happy to be with him. My daughter, equally the same. And
Yeah.
as a parent, I want, when I leave this earth, when God says it's time to go, I want her to feel like my mom made a great relationship for me and my baby brother.
Well, girl,
And
you've
that's all
rocked.
I want.
You've rocked that. And I love that. I love that you're continuing to do that for other families. I am going to shift though, because we don't have a whole
Yeah.
lot of time left. And we want to talk a little bit about the fact that, guess what? There's this thing called COVID. I don't know if you've heard about it, Lisa. I
What? What is that?
I know. Almost anytime I go anywhere to do anything, you hit a roadblock and you go, "What is this about?" And they go, "Well, it's COVID." And I always say to them now, I'm like, "Really? I don't know. I don't know from what you're talking about." But I think some people have moved on. I don't understand, but some people have moved on and some things have moved on. But I know, and you know, how hard this has hit our families,
Yeah.
and how hard it still is. And that some of the things that are happening now are even harder than I think in the beginning. So talk to us about, because I know you know a lot and you've seen a lot. Share with us.
Yeah, and again, not to be Debbie Downer, but we're seeing from the Spark studies that COVID is affecting individuals with autism in a much different way, not just health wise, but just the ramifications of mental health and overall well being. We see wandering from safe environments, uh, OCD, anxiety, self injurious behaviors, and then also a regression and loss of skills from access to regular classes, regular schooling, regular schedules, routines, etc. So we're tracking that very closely, and we really appreciate Spark's efforts. I recommend just Google Spark and autism. They have some great research studies on how COVID has affected the autism population, or the community, if you will. So my dream is we're tracking that, we're navigating, and there's specific topics at the conference and on our website that help you navigate IEPs during COVID. What is the school district responsible for? Navigating adult services during COVID. And there's one thing that scares me: the kids that are newly diagnosed or on suspected to be autism. I feel there's going to be a ripple effect. There's in many places an over 24-month wait list for an assessment. We're trying to navigate that. Partnerships like Easter Seals nationally are doing diagnostics nationally. So if you suspect an autism diagnosis and you need help today so you can get services today for your young kid who needs that service and support, Easter Seals is a great resource that does an ADOS right away so you can kick open the door to early intervention. So we're trying to navigate all of these pitfalls, and all these issues. But the calls and the support that we get are really intense. And we're helping people navigate, and we have the toolkit on our website on what you can do. But just know, I feel like there's going to be some compensatory, planning on how we address autism and people with disabilities from an academic and educational setting. And we're going to be helping and navigating that. There's rumblings with the new Biden administration that there will be doing things to address shortcomings during this pandemic, which is, once in a lifetime, if not once in a century, right? If I'm doing my math right, what was the last one? 1918?
17,
17, yeah.
yeah.
So,
Insane. We can only hope. We do, we've been covering a lot about comp ed on the show,
yeah,
and that a lot of people have been getting a lot of comp ed. It feels like the wild west, and I think a lot of times people, we've had Bonnie Yates on here talking about comp ed and things, but sometimes you need more help than that. I love that TACA is always a base to go to, Lisa. That I have to be honest with you, when I'm talking to families and giving out resources, I always give your website to go. And I encourage people to become a TACA member and to participate with your mentors, because there's just nothing else like it.
yeah,
And when you're in that beginning and you don't know what to do, it's great when somebody can hand you a pamphlet. It's great when somebody can give you a download. It's great when somebody can give you a book. All those things are spectacular, but you really need a community. And look, I was just going to say, you have the journey guides, which I think that's, I love your journey guides. And are there two of them now, or what is the look?
We combined it into one, and we ship them for free. You just pay shipping. So we also have a online newly diagnosed seminar. We just completed the last one. The next one's coming up in November, so we're doing them roughly quarterly. But this is available on our website with all the topics that are pertinent to people navigating their journey. And there's a teen and adult section, but it's a lot of other things that people can benefit and have. So.
And it's a big book, but it's the kind of book that I recommend that you put, like, I'm sorry, I don't mean to offend anybody here, but this is a book that I recommend that you take it and you stick it on the back of the toilet tank. And then you read a little bit, you have, because you don't have a lot of time, right? But
Right.
you sit down to relieve yourself and you read one page. And often it's enough to spark you to go do what you need to do. You don't necessarily have to read the thing cover to cover, but people laugh at me when I say it's a bathroom book, but I remember when I went to graduate school and, on a weekly basis, we were assigned 3,000 pages of reading. And then there was just other stuff that we needed to read in addition to that. And they said, here are the books that you should stick on the back of your toilet. And by the end of the year, you'll have read all of them. And I was like, hey, that is a useful tip. I don't mean to be, and make sure you're washing your hands really good. Be careful. But when you don't have a lot of time, you gotta take care of business, more than one thing at a time. So there you go. And model reading to your children. But anyway, and you can, if you have guests coming over, you can put it away and, so that people aren't reading your bathroom book.
Let them read the book too.
There we go. Doing it with clean hands. Who's to stop that? Anyway, I feel like I've taken us far afield here, but let's go back to the TACA website, because I do feel like there's so many things to do there. I want to remind people though that the thing that's happening right now that's big and that we really are focusing on is that you've got your not the 36th annual, your 36th conference coming up. It is your annual conference, the fall conference. It is happening October 15th through 17th. Full day on Friday, full day on Saturday, half day on Sunday. It is virtual. I'm so confused right now when something is virtual, but in person, I don't really get that. So I appreciate that this is all virtual. Thank you, Lisa. So we know exactly what the parameters are, but you've done it smart. There is lots of interaction and there's so much to do right now. Just for the next 2 days, it's $49 for the whole thing. That's everything with the conference. That means getting to view all of the talks up till the end of the year, all the way through Christmas. You have the ability to watch all of the videos, so you're not going to watch it all in one fell swoop. You can pay the $49 the next 2 days. If you're in Southern California, you can ask the regional center to pay for it, or you can participate. We're giving away 25 tickets here on Autism Live in the next 48 hours. What's great about this is that if you see that you don't win on Thursday, you still have time to pay the $49, because after Thursday, it goes up to what, Lisa?
Oh, great question. I forget what it goes up to.
Well, it's more money.
Look at that. It's more money.
Nobody has more money. Don't do that.
Yeah,
so,
I'm just saying.
Yeah. So if you know your regional center client, you can reach out to them, or you can try to win your tickets, or you can pay for them yourself on Thursday, $49. You're never going to find a better deal than that. You cannot, if she was to shove everything that is in these conferences into books, it would be probably 1,000 books. And each one of those books would cost you a couple of dollars, right? There's no way. It's the best deal going. $49 for all this, plus the videos through the end. I feel like I'm on an infomercial now, but wait, there's more.
Well, remember that person that's listening right now that says, look, I can't afford it and I don't want to play a game. I don't have time. Apply for a scholarship. It's okay. I'm giving you permission to please
Me
Just
too.
set it aside and we'll help you, and then you'll pay it forward another time. That's what
That's right.
community is all about.
I have been a former scholarship recipient, so don't bother feeling bad about it. It'll be worth it to do it, right? And you'll pay
Yeah,
it forward in whatever way you can pay it forward.
right.
So definitely you want to do that. Now, if you want to win the free tickets, we've only got 2 minutes here, so I got to get this in. If you want to win the free tickets through Autism Live, what you need to do is share this show. You can share the live show, or this is recorded. And Nancy, I wrote in for you. Don't forget, this is a podcast. It will be available in a couple of hours as a podcast, and then we will also on our YouTube channel put the edited, just the Lisa portion, without me talking at the beginning, without the jargon of the day, just the Lisa portion. Share it wherever you have social media. Then and make sure when you share it, you hashtag TACA, TACA conference. Okay. Then drop us an email at autism. So the email is autism-live@gmail.com. It can't get easier than that, right? Autism Live, no hyphens, autism-live@gmail.com. Tell us where you shared it and that you're entering for the tickets. You don't have to write a novel, and then on Thursday, we're going to pick the winners at the end of the live show, and we'll send those emails over to Lisa so that she can get you your free tickets. That's 25 people, y'all. There's just no excuses, and you can watch it with your fuzzy slippers on at home.
Yeah, boxer shorts, fuzzy slippers. That's my plan, but a cute TACA t-shirt.
There you go. And by the way, thank you for referencing the TACA t-shirt. If you want to do more, and if you want to be wearing the thing, I guarantee you, beautiful t-shirt. You want to hold it up one more time, Lisa, if you got it there?
Yeah, I sure
It's
do.
only $17, and I'll tell you what, you wear that wherever you go, and people will love you because it's a family. TACA
Yeah,
is a family.
yeah.
You won't be sorry that you bought the t-shirt. Okay. Unfortunately, we're out of time, but Lisa, how much do I love you? You can't even imagine.
I love you too,
I
Shannon.
just
And
adore you. Please hug your entire family, including your sister, for me, who I
yeah,
adore.
back at you and your entire family too. And anytime you want me back, you don't have to be bashful. I'll come and happily talk
All
about
right.
anything. In March, the new autism numbers are coming out, and there is a lot behind that. And I would love to talk
I
more
would
about
love for you to
that.
talk about that too. We
Yeah.
talked about that briefly, and I have so much. We have a big announcement coming up that I'm going to make sure that I tell you about.
Okay.
Big announcement here at Autism Live, which is going to be. So we'll have to talk to you about that. Um,
Excellent.
yes, it'll be super duper fun. Thanks for watching Autism Live. If you found anything helpful in this video, please give us a like. In fact, make sure that you smash that subscribe button on YouTube and give us a like on Facebook. You can also follow us on Twitter and Instagram for important updates. And please download our free podcast wherever you get your podcasts. See you next time. Until then, give your kiddos a hug from me and one for you too. Bye-bye for now. To subscribe, click here. And if you'd like to check out some more of our videos, click here.